Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Monday, June 17th, 2024. I am Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at Sunshine Cathedral.
I am Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the executive minister. Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ+ community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is the justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ+ community.
I am Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the Minister of Education. The Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community. Let's explore the big news of the day and what it means to you.
Surveys show that religious faith and church are the main cause of trauma in the LGBTQ+ community. At Sunshine Cathedral, we're here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Vatican's role in IVF and what queer faith thinks. In a revelation challenging the Catholic Church's stance on in vitro fertilization, IVF, it's been unveiled that the Vatican played a pivotal role in the development of a groundbreaking drug enabling assisted reproduction. A recent Vanity Fair expose by journalist Kazai Ware unearthed a fascinating tale from 1957. Austrian endocrinologist Bruno Lunenfeld, with the blessing of Pope Pius XII, embarked on a unique research endeavor. Lunenfeld, seeking to extract a critical hormone, human menopausal gonadotropin, HMG, turned to an unconventional source, postmenopausal nuns. Under the guidance of Don Giulio Pacelli, a prominent member of Serrano's board and the Pope's nephew, around 100 nuns donated their urine, providing the necessary raw material for Lunenfeld's research. The collaboration resulted in the production of 9,000 vials of HMG, facilitating 450 ovulation induction cycles. The results of Lunenfeld's labor didn't stop there. In 1962, a previously infertile woman treated with HMG gave birth, marking a breakthrough in assisted reproduction. This paved the way for the development of the drug Pergonal, instrumental in the first successful IVF pregnancy in the U.S. in 1981. While Serrano discontinued Pergonal in 2004, a similar drug continues to be utilized, highlighting the enduring legacy of the Vatican's unexpected contribution to the field of IVF. It is ironic that the Catholic Church now opposes procedure it helped make possible. Ironic or not, it's politics, and sometimes we have to remember that politics seeps into almost everything that we do, even sometimes in the church. Congratulations to Pope Pius XII and the nuns who were part of the study and the development of something that would help women who wanted to become pregnant. I think that it's interesting that it was nuns that were instrumental in providing the necessary resources, let's put it, that made the production of the drug possible. I see up until the church saying, no, you can't do it anymore, as a positive story. The church has been involved in a lot of different things over the years, and that they were involved in the advancement of in vitro fertilization is just another example of what could be if we allowed stuff to happen.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
It occurs to me that they thought it was a good thing to help, because it's all about the family and reproduction, and they thought it was a good thing to help people start their families, have families, overcome difficulties in having families. So that was a good thing. And now let's pull back on it. Mm-hmm. Because whether you have the choice of taking birth control, or whether you have the choice of terminating an early pregnancy, or whether you have the choice of having medical treatment to become pregnant, all of these choices are about empowering women, giving them autonomy over their own bodies. And that is always problematic for the Roman Catholic Church and for a lot of other churches too. And so, yeah, do we like it? Do we not like it? Well, it depends. Are women feeling empowered by it? Oh yeah. Oh no, it's wrong. Then we don't like it. We can't be for that. So I think that's what's around the inconsistency with it, is because any way you go at it, it's giving women options, and they really, really hate that. So historically, not everyone, of course. And so I think that the problem is a lot of churches, a lot of faith traditions think that it is their job and their responsibility to micromanage people's lives, their bodies, their sexuality, their choices. And you just can't do that without making a mess. You just can't do that without screwing things up a lot. So, let the scientists find their cures. Let the people decide if they need them or not. I just don't know that religion has a lot of business in that. These discoveries are given to us by science, and whether you want them or not, that's between you and your doctor. I just don't know that those of us who wear this very fancy collar that looks so attractive on all of us, I don't know if we are the ones to decide what kind of medical care and family planning choices you ought to be making.
I'm kind of agree with Kevin. Like, thank God for the research and everything that went into it, how it came about, and again, this is the long arms of the church, reaching into different places that probably shouldn't be doing stuff. And I think if there's research there to help anyone, it should be made available. That's just part of, I think, of the Good Samaritan rule. If you can help anybody out, then help them. And if they want to have family, if they want to do whatever, then find ways to help people out, not cut it down. Right.
Now, that Good Samaritan story, remember, it was the good temple folk that didn't do right.
Exactly.
Although they were doing what we would today say biblical. They didn't have the Bible, they didn't like that, but they were doing what the rules said. There was really teaching that said that if you touched a dead person, you were not clean to go into the temple. So here they're on their way to the temple. If he looks dead, and if he sure enough is dead, we can't go in the temple, which is what we're here to do. We want to do that. So they risk him being alive and dying of neglect just so they can remain clean. That is the church's attitude to this day about too many things. And it was the non-religious person, or the person from a different religion. Samaritans, their temple was somewhere else. They had some slightly different scriptures. So it was someone from another religion that these people didn't like. It's a parable. It didn't happen. Relax. But it's the person from the other religion that actually saved the day. Yeah. And so I love the Good Samaritan analogies that you always say, yeah, do a good thing. But also remember, the person who did the good thing wasn't from the team that decides they get to decide what's a good thing. And I think that's an important lesson. So, well, that's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ plus community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. And we're all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.